Don't eat those. Hello, everybody. Welcome. It worked. Awesome. Hi, guys. Welcome, friendlies and not so friendlies. Howdy doo-dah, guys. I was just doing some moderation things over on the We the Media doohickey. All of the different sites we use now, the Twitch, the DLive, and the YouTube. And I got some moderators figured out over there, so we won't have people talking about my mama when we go live over there. It'll be all good, guys. All right, let me see. This might, yeah, nice. That works. Looks good. We are live. Man, the color on DLive looks very strange. Anyway, what's going on, you guys? Oh, dog's horking something up. What could it be? I don't know. It could be an earbud that I lost. It could be many, many things. This dog has pica. Is that what it's called when you just eat weird shit? That's what this dog has. Hey, Lala, Leo, Sergeant Bob, Abba for life. Oh, yeah, I got a light. I can change the color of it, but everything looks weird other than pink. Red looks like I'm in HE double hockey sticks. Green, hey, Alara. Green looks like I'm in the swamp. And I don't know. This just seemed to be the one I landed on. A goat dog. Oh, gosh. My kid has a game called Goat Simulator, and you just like eat things and lick people, I suppose. Very strange. Tomorrow is the maiden voyage of book club. I'm really excited. Oops, something's licking my foot. I hope it's my dog. Book club. I'm really excited. So tomorrow we shall be going over the Seth material. And I know I didn't give you guys nearly enough time to read it, but I was excited and I wanted to get this done before I leave for Florida next week. So we're just going to go with it. But this is, like I said, one of those books that the ending can't be spoiled for you. So even if you didn't read it, even if you're halfway through it, feel free to join us. That's very rude. Do not eat the remote. You have 1 million toys. Go find a toy. But I did want to read something from this for you guys. And because it's not just about, so the whole book was kind of nice. It was good. It wasn't what I was expecting. I'll go into that more tomorrow during the book club stuff. But literally the last 2 pages of this book, I was like, I wish the whole book was the last 2 pages. So kind of weird. She didn't even make sure it was the dog licking her foot. Hey, you know, it's worse for them than it was for me. So no, my feet are clean. Hey, Farron. I only needed the first 3 pages to know it's exactly what I needed to know right now. Oh, that's really interesting. That's good to know. So yeah, it's a very, it was written in the 60s, late 60s. So at the time, this was obviously a very revolutionary book. This was, I think we kind of take stuff, or I take stuff like this for granted because I'm so used to reading all of this stuff and having friends that I can talk to about these things. We're all kind of on the same wavelength of knowing about these things. But this was like the first time that a lot of these concepts were even mentioned. And so you kind of have to take that into consideration when you're reading it. Well, for me, I did, because I was like, not being so dazzled by it. But then I was like, wait a second, this was written in the 60s. Like, people never talked about this stuff back then. It reminded me of recently when I watched Lord of the Rings. And, you know, the movies had been so hyped up to me. And I was like, oh, you know, I'll check it out and I'll see what all the hubbub is about. And, you know, I was like, oh, it's good. You know, it was a good movie. I actually was it the third one? I think I liked the third one the best. But anyway, and then I was thinking about it. I was looking at it and realized that it came out in, what was it, like 2001 or something? And I was like, I got a big more of an appreciation for it, because we're so used to, like, I've already seen Game of Thrones. Like, Game of Thrones is like a decade or so, 2 decades later, and it's visually stunning in the same way that that movie was. But that was like that was like the OG. That was the first time they ever did something on that scale that looked like that and was so epic and whatever. So we've gotten kind of spoiled. Yeah, Tyler, Nicola's been back, or no, Suiterbug. Nicola's been back for a while now, I think. David Wilcock talks about the Seth material. Yeah, apparently a lot of people, I mean, this is like one of those quintessential books that's it. I mean, it literally says the spiritual teacher that launched the New Age. So the book claims that it was kind of what launched a lot of these things that we talk. And are we New Age? Am I New Age? I don't really know what I am. I don't really like to put a label on things. You guys know that. Are you okay? What happened? What happened? Come here. Archiboo. My dog is freaking out. Oh my gosh. Come here. Come here. What happened? Come here. Come here. Come say hi. Come say hi. Come. Come here, you little fraggle. Here he comes. Okay. Oh my gosh. That was rough. Hi, Archie. Archie's looking a little rough right now. He, somebody lost a fight with a sprinkler today. I'm not going to say which one of us. Archie's looking a little starchy. Somebody could use a shampoo and a blow dry, right? Oh, later I have my cards. If you guys want me to pick cards, draw cards, I'll pick 3 of you to draw cards for today. If you guys want, you can let me know. And Archie can pick your card for you. He does. I don't know what, I mean, he's good at it. He picks one card, you know, like I could see a puppy just like eating the whole thing. You are a maniac. Are you a maniac? He's a maniac. Yes, he is. Okay, yeah, we'll do that at the end. Yes, this is live. Ugh. Okay. Anywho, where was I? Okay, so yeah, this book is goes into a lot of stuff, and that I am particularly into. I like all this stuff, you know. I'm very open to all this stuff with all my experiences and whatever. So anyway, the concept of the book, just kind of like the raw material, it is being channeled, but unlike Ra, who is supposedly a social memory complex, or kind of like a, I don't know, they make it in Ra, it seems like it's more of an ET. This is like some dude. Like, actually, Seth seems like a guy that I would have a lot of fun hanging out with. He's like kind of he likes to rib people a lot. He calls them pussies. He's like, he just sounds like my kind of fun guy. So there's more personality for sure. I know a lot of people have a hard time with the raw material because it's a little bit dry to read. It's like, I am Ra. This is how it is. But the information is so good. So you look past it. And so you are not New Age. New Age is cliche, and you are not cliche. Thank you, Rita. Well, do we need a new name for it? Or do we? Are we still so married to labeling ourselves that we need to do that? I am what I am. I'm Popeye. Seth is an individual, but he's also, there are different layers to Seth. So that's one of the things that they go over in the book. And I love this concept of, okay, there's us, there's our ego, and our ego is kind of this role that we step into that gives us the separation, the idea of separation, because really when it comes to it, we are all connected. The higher up we go, the more connected we are. So we have all these different versions of ourselves. We have our higher self. We have like this inner knowing and things like that. And our higher self can connect with other higher selves. And really the further up the ladder you go, the less separation there is. But right now, we're kind of in this, if you want to put it like a simulation, this testing ground where we are very isolated from each other. That is the test, guys. That is what is so difficult about being a human being, is feeling completely isolated and cut off from your fellow man, from yourself. I mean, think about that. There's this whole other part of ourselves that knows everything, pretty much, how the universe works and what we're here for and what is best for us, all of these things. And we can't talk to them. And so that is a very lonely feeling. And that's one of the hardest parts about being human. So I'm going to read you the last 2 pages in this. So, okay, what I was saying before was Seth is who comes through in this book. That's who they're channeling. And he's this guy with, very colorful personality. And, he's kind of fun and funny and whatever. And he has his own mannerisms. But then somebody else starts to come through. And it says that it is also Seth. They start calling him Seth too. But this is like another version of Seth, or maybe even a higher version or a later version of Seth, where it starts to get more into that kind of social memory complex that we're used to with Ra. And it's, it serves its purpose. If you think about the fact that, Seth material, all of this channeled information, whether it comes from like actual channeling where the person is either saying the words or writing it down, or whether it just comes from people having an epiphany that they think is their own, or an idea, or they are inspired to write a book, or they're inspired in some kind of scientific way that makes a breakthrough. These are all influences that are coming from our higher selves and from beings that are essentially outside of this kind of testing ground where we're all isolated. So these are the people that have more information. And so, Amelia, I'm sorry you don't get my notifications anymore. So Seth 2 is a drier personality, you'll see, because what I'm going to read to you is a quote from Seth 2. But the way that they explain it is that there are all these different kind of fragments of yourself and all of these different testing grounds that you're out there experiencing pretty much at the same time. So this earth is just one of the areas in which we are being tested. So they kind of break it down really beautifully just in these last 2 pages. So I'm going to read to you guys. I never do this, but I'm going to do it because I felt like this was really worth it. I wonder if there's anything more that I need to preface before. Well, whatever. I can always pause it when I feel I need to. Oh, that's not the page I wanted at all, is it? Oh, yes, it is. Okay, so this is what Seth 2 said. The human race... Oh, my dog. Hold on. Let me get rid of my dog really fast. BRB, guys. Talk amongst yourselves. I shall return. You're crazy. You're crazy. Crazy. I'm coming. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm back. I'm not sitting on my feet tonight. I'm sitting on a my pillow, and we shall see how this does. All right. Should I lick my finger like a gross teacher to flip the page? Okay. Put this over here. So I'm facing the microphone. Hi, Ben. Okay, cool. Okay. The human race is a stage through which various forms of consciousness travel. Before you can be allowed into systems of reality that are more extensive and open, you must first learn to handle energy and see, through physical materialization, the concrete result of thought and emotion. Oh, another thing they really go into in this book is about how we literally create reality with our thoughts. And I know that's a concept that we've gotten so jaded to hearing because we hear it so much in so many ways and it's so cliche. But that's not just a notion. That's not like, oh, thoughts become things. Like, no, literally, we like matter comes from our thoughts. So that's another thing. Anyway, as a child, wait, where was I? Yes, as a child forms mud pies from dirt, so you form your civilizations out of thought and emotions, and then see what you've created. When you leave the physical system after reincarnations, you have learned the lessons, and you are literally no longer a member of the human race, for you elect to leave it. Only the conscious self dwells within it in any case, and other portions of your identity dwell simultaneously within other training systems. In more advanced systems, thoughts and emotions are automatically and immediately translated into action, into whatever approximation of matter there exists. Therefore, the lessons must be taught and learned well. So think about that for a second. Think about how many times you've, in this life, had an emotional reaction to something or someone and had like a really negative, angry kind of like kind of dirty thought, like a bad thought, like, whatever, I should get even, or whatever it is. In this reality, we have, we kind of have to take action and do something about it. So you can think some bad stuff, but then say, okay, no, I'm better than that. I'm not going to think that. And then you go and you do better. But in other realities, apparently, your thoughts are instantaneous, like and powerful. So you could do something very bad, make a very rash decision just by your emotions immediately. So think about how this life is like, so we can see the results of our thoughts through our actions and learn that way, like, oh no, like, don't touch the oven, it's hot. Don't touch the oven, it's hot. Stove, I guess that would be. But anyway, we have to learn these dumb things, but it's because in other realities, we are far more potent than we are in this one. The responsibility for creation must be clearly understood. To some extent, you are in a soundproof and isolated room. Hate creates destruction in that room, and until the lessons are learned, destruction follows destruction. So they have us, this is like a playpen, if you will. No, that's not a very good way to put it. But I mean, basically, because we are, of a lower vibration and don't understand as well as we should, the power of our thoughts and what we can actually do with negative ones. We're isolated on this planet. So yeah, we can destroy on this planet and we can do bad things on this planet, but it stays contained to this planet because that's why we are being, we can't touch the other side. In terms of other systems, that kind of destruction does not exist. But if you believe that it does, and the agonies of dying are, but you believe it does, and the agonies of dying are sorely felt. A vivid nightmare is also sorely felt, but quickly over. It's not that you must be taught not to destroy, for destruction does not actually exist. It is that you must be taught and trained to create responsibility. Yours is a training system for emerging consciousness. The training will serve you for existence in a variety of interrelated systems. If the sorrows and agonies within your system are not felt as real, the lessons would not be learned. That makes sense, right? The teachers within your system are those who are in their last reincarnation. I need glasses, guys. I've been saying this for a year. The teachers within your system are those who are in their last reincarnation, and other personalities who have left the system but have been assigned to help those still within it, or perhaps they volunteered to be here. You're dealing with the transformation of emotional energy into action and form. You then manipulate within the system with which you have yourselves created, and by its effects, learn where you have succeeded and failed. The system includes some fragment personalities who are entering for the first time, as well as those later in reincarnations. I think I know all of those new people. Humanity dreams the same dreams at once, and you have your mass world. The whole construction is like an educational play in which you are the producers as well as the actors. There is a play within a play within a play. There is no end to the within of things. The dreamer dreams, and the dreamer within the dream dreams. But the dreams are not meaningless, and the actions within them are significant. The whole self is the observer and also a participator in the roles. So you've got your higher self that understands everything. And then you've got this isolated version of yourself, which we'll call the ego, that is just your consciousness. And it comes here like a blank slate almost. Like I don't know anything. I have to learn all of these things. And I have to find these notions from somewhere, and I have to know what to trust. And obviously, if we had all the knowledge of our higher selves, then it would be very easy. We wouldn't learn anything. We would just, do it the right way and be like, all right, that was easy. But I got distracted. That always happens. Hi, guys. So we basically are creating this reality together in order to create the hardships that we're going through and give ourselves the opportunity to really F up, I guess. That's the way that I look at it. Yeah, anyway. So I'm really excited to get into that book tomorrow. I know there are other books too, and I'm hoping that there will be people that have read them because I'm interested to know. They talk a lot about all of these. Okay, so they talk about our outer senses, which are the five senses that we know, and then they talk about the train has been derailed. They talk about the inner senses as well, and so these are senses that we apparently have inside our bodies that pick up a whole other set of information. And so they talk a lot about that, but they don't really give any practical application for them. Like, that's what I want. How do I do it? I want to learn. And they even talk about, something called psi time, which I don't know if that stands for psychic time. I forgot what that stands for now, but where you're actually doing a particular kind of meditation, I believe, where you're connecting to these inner senses. And I'm like, okay, cool, but how? I want to know. So I wonder if some of these other books will get into more of that. So yeah. The next book I think I'm going to choose, I am torn right now. I want to go, okay, I have to read Journey of Souls again, because I'm rereading all of my hypnotherapy books. And that's a really good one, even if you're not a hypnotherapist, even if you're not into hypnotherapy, that's a really good book that I'm going to be reading again. And I know I need to do that. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll kill two birds with one stone and do that for book club so that I can, share that with you guys as well. That one is a longer book. So I was going to take the next 2 weeks because I'll be traveling, because I'm a super fast reader, but I know you guys have to some of you will have to order it. You don't already have it. That takes time, and not everybody has as much time to read. So I thought, thank you, Journey of Souls. So I thought that might be the next book. But then I was hearing about this book. I'm looking it up right now, called The Smoky God. Has anybody heard about that book? Apparently, it's like a book. Apparently, there were I don't know if it was a father and son. I think it was a father and son that were on some kind of sailing trip or something, and they stumbled upon an entrance to Inner Earth, or what's it called? The Agartha, which I have. Oh, I need a sticker. I need a club sticker. So I have been really interested in Agartha recently. Yes, please recommend a book for me. I would love it. Sounds like something a stoner made up. Yes, Leo's read it and he recommends it highly. Awesome. Your mother is a practicing licensed hypnotherapist via Zoom. Ooh, I might want to talk to your mother because I need to learn how to do it remotely. Or any kind of tips and tricks might be good to know. Because that's the part that I'm having trouble with. Shambhala, The Shaver Mystery. Hold on, I'm going to write these down. The Shaver Mystery. Is that a book? We'll find out because I'm going to Google it. Dr. Seuss Before It's Gone. I've never been a fan of Dr. Seuss, if I'm being honest. I kind of hate it, but it's dumb that it's getting canceled. It's the story about a Nordic fisherman and his dad's trip to the northern fishing spots and wound up in Inner Earth. Thanks, Leo. That's Smoky God. Cat in the Hat. The Seat of the Soul. Is that? I think I've read that one by Gary Zukov. I think I actually might have that one, but it would have been at least like 5 years ago that I read it. Yeah, I'm gonna get back into the hypnotherapy and bring it to you guys and start taking clients. Hop on pop. Oh, spam phone call. Goodbye. Oh, thanks, Victoria. The seat of the soul is your heart. Yeah, that's interesting. I'm always looking for book recommendations. I tend to really gravitate towards the spiritual stuff and the esoteric. Lots of stuff about the mind right now. Obviously, with getting back into hypnotherapy, my interest is peaked once more, but it's always, do you think we're on a learning planet? I do, Ben. I think that's exactly what this is. We are here to learn and grow and mess up. Seat of the Soul was part of Oprah's book club. I was in Oprah's book club for a little bit, and everything was super depressing. Well, at least like the first books that I got were super. I joined it because I was depressed. I was like, Oprah, lift me up. That's your job, right? And everything was depressing and about rape. And I was like, I'm done. Do I have a list of these book recommendations? I have a list of books. Mostly right now was I'm rereading stuff. I feel a little bit weird recommending something that I haven't read yet. At least when I recommended the Seth material, or when I was getting people to read this for the book club, I had already finished half of it. And because what if the book stinks? But I guess that's just how you do it. The Holy Bible. Well, I'm not going to do that one for book club, but I am interested in reading some of it. Will I come back to Twitter? You could use some help over there. They will not let me. Oprah is not a good person. She has some very questionable ties. That is the truth. The earth is an atom. The smoky god is the nucleus of the planet. The hollow earth sun. Interesting. Yes. Okay, broken SSGT. You'll be the first one. You'd love Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's does quantum meditation, and people are healing themselves from everything and anything. There's a lot of, not a lot, but there's a chapter on health in the Seth material where it goes more into, again, how your thoughts, create your physical reality. That's going to include your physical body. So yeah, that's an interesting concept. Do you prefer physical books, ebooks, or audiobooks? Physical books always. I need to hold it in my hands. Half the books I have are warped from the bathtub, so that would not be good with an ebook. At least a paper book will dry. Hi, Mr. TB9. The Book of Enoch. Yeah, that was actually, I started that one some time ago. Night Fearless, thank you for being here. Hey, Joelle. Thank you so much. I love the smell of a new book too. I love the smell of an old book. I love the smell of all books. Maybe. Oh, yep. The Oracle deck is out. Hey, Rachel. Physical books let you make notes. I kind of learned that in hypnotherapy school. Okay, so I went to hypnotherapy school, the same school that my mother went to. So when I was, obviously I had her books and I didn't, need to buy some of the books, but she had already highlighted and made notes in the books. And it was like, I couldn't get her voice out of my head when I was reading it. I kind of hate making notes in books. I hate even highlighting it because it changes everything when you read it again. So I'm not a fan of making notes in books. It's so much easier though. That's the nice thing about ebooks, at least. Like you can highlight and you can copy and paste into something else if you want to save something. But that's true. Some e-readers will allow you to make notes in them. How does one know what type of deck? That's a good question, Philip. I think you're just supposed to go to what you feel called to. So whether it's like the artwork or whatever it is, look at some decks. I found my first deck. It was just like, it was whatever. But I also went to a store where they had a whole wall of them and I was looking at all of them and I was just really drawn to the artwork in this deck. And that was the thing that sold me on it. How can you tell a premonition versus manifesting something? Bad cat. That's a really good question. Supposedly, according to the Seth material, there is no difference between the two of them. Everything that you are thinking is being manifested. So whether you want to call that a premonition or not, supposedly our dream state, what we dream about, I kind of hate this thought, is just as real as our waking state. So anything that happens there is happening in some other realm or on some other timeline or whatever it is. And I have some pretty terrible dreams. I will admit, like, I don't like the thought of that. I mean, like, for example, I had a dream not too long ago where I couldn't find my son. And to think that that could be real out there somewhere, or like anything bad happening to my kid, to think that makes me, like, it takes my breath away. I can't handle that thought. So I don't really like that, but it is an interesting concept to think of. And of course, we have all kinds of notions for what our dream state is, but there are a lot of people that believe in, doing meditations and kind of guiding it as as in daydreaming. So you can kind of make your reality come true of like whatever you want. So Rita says the Native American cards are good. Laura ate ice cream in the astral and it was almost as good. Yeah, some people can apparently, that was one of the other things that they talk about in the book, that they don't really give you the practical application for it, but they say that you can, train yourself to be more aware in that, more lucid in the dream state and then be able to control it better. And so basically what that realm is supposed to do is it's like a trial and error place where we go and we try out certain ideas and work it through. And then, I don't know. The really adept tarot card readers will many times make their own tarot decks. One-of-a-kind items are much more powerful. That reminds me, when I was in high school, my friend had an older brother that was really scary, and he made his own Ouija board. Oh, that's another thing about this book is that they start their kind of journey with this through starting with a Ouija board, which sets up all my no-nos. That sets off all my no-no buttons. I do not like Ouija boards, but again, it's a tool, right? It's a tool that is apparently pretty powerful, and it can be used for good and it can be used for bad. So it's very important to set the right intentions. And what's the problem with that? Well, the problem with that is that they market it towards children who have no idea what they're doing. It's like handing them a spell book with, stuff that's actually real. And it's a recipe for disaster. So my mom has some really scary stories about Ouija boards from when she was a kid. I have some scary stories about Ouija boards from when I was a kid, like sleepover parties that we would always play with that. And I saw some scary things happen to my friends. And I've had, I don't know. I don't like Ouija boards. But again, people are like, tarot cards and oracle cards and stuff like that. There are people out there that have those same kind of feelings about them. And I get it. Believe me, I understand, because I have that feeling towards the Ouija board. But like I said, everything is a tool. And it's very, very important to set your intentions to only allow the right things to come through, like your higher self, your guardian angels, your spirit guides, your council of light, whatever you want to call it. I was doing my oracle cards one time, and I set the intention when I got them, but I would set it kind of every time I did it that only something that was of the light could come through and talk to me through these cards. But one time I forgot, and I was in this really dark space, and I asked a question. I wanted like a yes or no question. I was like, I am thinking about doing this. Should I do it? And I'm not kidding you. I like went to shuffle, and a card, it was like out of a cartoon, flew out, flipped in front of my face, and landed on top of the deck in my hand. And on top of my hands, like still in the thing. And it was the yes card. And I was like, that's weird, because it was something that I kind of knew I shouldn't do. I wasn't thinking about doing something bad, but it was something that would have been kind of disastrous in hindsight. Like it would have really messed me up. It would have really set me back. And in my inner self, my inner knowing, I knew that I shouldn't do it. And so thank God I hesitated, and I doubted it. And then, one thing led to another, and I realized that I kept thinking about that card, that yes card. First of all, I had never drawn the yes card. When you look up the yes card, it's just 2 pages that just say yes, 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 yes. Like there's nothing left up to, most of these cards are like, there's certain nuances to it, or you can take them certain ways. There was no other way to take this card. I was like, should I do this? Yes. And I was like, okay. And I pumped the brakes and I didn't do it. And then I was thinking about it later. I was like, why did that happen? Why did my deck forsake me so much? Like that could have been disastrous. And then I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't set the intention for the right person to come through. Like something could have been messing with me. Oracle Ouija board is totally different than any oracle. It's opening a portal. Oops. With a Ouija board allowing. Interesting. Yeah, there are decks of cards that are all kinds of, like, are you into elves and fairies? You can get an elf and fairy deck. Are you into like animals? There are animal decks. There are all kinds of decks. So you can definitely find something that you are interested in. I already forgot who I said that I would do. Oh, it was Broken SSGT, right? Broken, was it you that I said that I would pull a card for? And then I'll pick 2 other people. I don't think I'm going to have Archie pick it because he was being crazy and I'd have to go get him, and I don't want to leave you guys again. If it doesn't feel right, avoid it. Exactly. No Ouija boards, bad experiences with them. Once through the board, though the board stated that my husband's name would be Dennis, and yep, it came true. My auntie gave me a Ouija board for BD and straight to the garbage for a birthday. That's really interesting. My mom, when she was a kid, the Ouija board told her that her husband's last name would be the same spelled backwards as it was forward. I don't know how a Ouija board spelled out all this. Mom, are you telling me the truth? Are you lying? But without the first letter. And sure enough, it was, okay, hold on. Going back up. Broken. Alien Sorcerer. And Ben. Sorry, guys. Those are my first 3. I'll get to you guys next time. Oh, damn, it's witching hour. Yeah, just wait for my eyes to roll back in my head and I'll start levitating. And they're just oracle cards, guys. It's like, do you read fortune cookies? Sorry, guys. I'm just going to do 3 tonight because otherwise... Mom is spelled backwards, too. You're right. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Is my mom in the chat these days? I haven't seen her at least recently. Are you okay? Mom, do I need to call you? I did just talk to her on the phone. All right. This one's for Broken. Oh, I didn't ask you what deck you wanted. So I've got the Lightworker deck and the Starseed. Will the 3 people I picked please let me know whether they want the Lightworker or the Starseed decks, please? And thanks. And go ahead, and if you're doing it, if you're writing, while you're writing that, let me know if you have a specific question or if you just want a general card. Wasn't she Bovine Joni? No, Bovine Joni is my IRL best friend. Hey, Chase. Okay, Ben wants the starseed. Oh yeah, the ECETI clearing is a really good one. It's on the ECETI website. Uh-oh, there is what again? It's called a palindrome. Thank you very much. I knew that, but I wasn't sure if you guys knew that. Alien wants starseed, general card. Just waiting for Ben. Ben, let me know whether you want... Oh, no, Ben already said star. Alien wants star. And Broken SSG. T wants Lightworker and general. Okay, so Lightworker. This one's for Broken first. Broken, Alien, Ben. Broken, Alien, Ben. All right. I still feel very goofy. Google moderators deleting mod comments. I think I told you guys, Christina, I know I told you, but I didn't tell the whole class. I was in the ECETI chat while they were live one time, and the people that were responding to me, anybody that was putting at the Kate Awakening, their comments were getting deleted by Google. I got a mic. Yes, Wilson. Moving on up in the world. You just ordered the Starseed deck. Broken, Alien, and Ben. Thanks, Tessa. Oops. We'll just pretend that didn't happen. Yeah, Christina, was that in this chat? Oh, there we go. All right, Broken. Pillar of light. Can you see that? Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. Now give me 45 minutes to find it in the book. That's the only thing about this deck. Adenalek. A, B, C, D. Just kidding. Nope, not there. Oops, see, I just want to show you guys this really fast. This is the page for the yes card. Like, there is no interpreting that. See what I'm saying? That was very dirty. Dirty, dirty tricks. You got to know when you use stuff like this, there are entities out there that would absolutely just love to F with you. Here we go. Pillar of light. Ahem. You are heaven and earth in perfect expression, a conduit for the light of the heavens of the earth. You are the rainbow bridge. Take time to meditate. Imagine yourself as a pillar of light connecting the light. Excuse me, Freudian. Connecting the light of the heavens above with the earth. As the light shines through each of your chakras, you activate the rainbow bridge that many ancient scriptures speak about, raising your vibration and the vibration of the planet. Linking the higher realms of the cosmos, guides, angels, and spirit with the ancient wisdom keepers and beings of planet Earth. They dance together through you. They sing together through you. Without your body, voice, and creations, neither can be expressed. For too long, we've been taught that God is outside of us, giving away our power to angels and spirit guides. But without you, they do not have a voice. You are the oracle. Do not look for guidance outside. You hold all of the wisdom of the entire universe in the portal of your heart, in every cell of your body. Do not see the angels and guides as above you, for without you, they have no way of communicating. You are the oracle. You are the rainbow bridge. You are the pillar of light. That's a good one. A good one, I say. Alien and Ben both want the Starseed deck. So this one is for Alien. Your third eye is opened. Man, I've had that happen to me a couple times recently in meditation, and weird, right? Weird. There's so many of these things, like even just awakening in general, we think of it as like this, oh, it's this beautiful thing. No, dude, it's weird. It's weird, and you see weird things, and it's upsetting sometimes, and it's scary, and you look at just, it's weird, but you get used to it. Or so I hear. I'm just going to go with that. Oh yeah, guys. Starseed Adventures in Cocoa Beach, Florida. I just wanted to remind you guys. Also, Tyler, I saw your text. I didn't read all of it, just because I don't want to sit here and read. That was very long. But I saw something about the tickets giveaway. Can you put something in the chat, please, and let people know, and I'll read it as soon as I see you put it in there. You are welcome, Alien Sorcerer. Woo! That is too many. Way too many. Way too excited. Your higher self needs to chill out. Higher self came to party. And this ain't that kind of party. Of course, my pleasure. Awakening is not an easy experience. It can last your entire life. Exactly. It kind of never ends, right? Of course, you go through different phases of it. It's not all chaotic and strange. There are some beautiful parts of it. There are parts that you feel indestructible. Hold on, there's a card in here that's the wrong way. Times where you feel like you don't even need to eat or sleep because you just feel so energized and like on top of the world, and you feel like this new person with all these great new habits, and you get rid of all your old habits, but then it just gets weird again. 52 card pickup. Yep. I was the youngest child of 3, so I played that game a lot, sadly. Nobody ever wanted to hang out with me. Oh, there's your card. All right. See if there we go. Star family, you're a team. You're part of a team of souls. Call in support. Where's my book? There it is. There she blows. Nope, that's not it. Oh, there are lots of star ones. Okay. At some stage, we are each a part of a soul cluster, a gathering of souls who broke away from one another to experience themselves individually. Was that not what we were just talking about? How the higher you go up, you are actually a cluster of people until you get to like infinity, everybody, till you reach source. Those who are part of your soul cluster are part of your star family. Your star family are those souls who are cut from similar cosmic cloth. You haven't just experienced lifetimes together. Your souls were once actually one. It's very common for star family members to incarnate at similar times, to work with anchoring a similar frequency of light, and to cross paths with each other. You know that someone is part of your star family when you feel like you know them and remember them from the moment you meet. You feel instantly familiar and comfortable. Time both passes quickly and stretches when you're with them. You feel more yourself with them than anyone else. It can sometimes feel like looking in the mirror because in one way you are. Often you'll go out of your way to help those in your star family instinctively, knowing it's part of your path. When a star family member dies, you feel it very deeply, regardless of how long you knew them. A certain soul mourning or soul breaking occurs. Think about the people in your life. Who do you feel is a part of your star family? If this card comes up in a spread, it's likely that you've met someone who is a part of your star family or are about to. Yeah, so a lot of people talk about, it is a good card to get. A lot of people talk about soulmates and things like that. We tend to think of soulmates as like, oh, this is supposed to be the love of our life. No, you've got lots of soulmates, and some of them are here to absolutely just trigger the shit out of you until you both die. Because we are here to kind of clank against each other and teach each other lessons, but we're also here to, which I really like that this went into, help each other. And we do make certain soul contracts with people that, you know, when we get here, they're supposed to help us with X, Y, and Z, and we're supposed to help them maybe with, you know, A, B, and C. So it's important to remember, for me especially, I like to think in those terms, mostly when I'm finding that I'm clashing with somebody, or somebody's rubbing me the wrong way, or I feel like somebody's hurt me or wronged me. It's probably most likely that we kind of went into that contract together knowingly before we came here. Like, okay, you're gonna do me dirty, and then I'm gonna have to learn this. And they're actually doing you a favor. Like the people that are the worst to you are actually doing the most for you. And that's kind of like that's a concept right there, guys, right? All right, this is for Ben. Did I do Ben last time? Ben, did I do you last time? It's all right. I don't think I did. Maybe it was a different Ben. What's the book that you're reading, Alien Sorcerer? You learn more from challenges than comfort. Exactamundo. No, Ben. Okay. Thanks, Ben. It's all right. It's all right. I would have still done it. Okay, Tyler says, we will be announcing the winners for the live stream ticket giveaway on Journey to Truth on Thursday. To enter, submit your email on starseedadventures.com. 5 winners will be drawn. So if you go to starseedadventures.com and put in your email address, you could potentially win tickets for the Cocoa Beach conference, which is going to be awesome. And I will be there, and Tyler will be there, and Anita will be there, and Lala will be there, and lots and lots and lots of cool people. Lots of people that are in this chat, and lots of people who aren't. Ooh. Crazy. Oh, wait, that's 2. All right, Ben, you got 2 cards, but one is literally the one we just read. I just want to tell you guys a story really fast. That this morning, okay, first of all, when I got this deck, the Work Your Light deck, which was my first deck, don't worry, Ben, I'll get to you. Don't forget, you have 2 cards. And when I got that deck, I told you guys, we sat down, I did like cards for everybody, and everybody was kind of blown away with how spot on they were. And then I have like these group texts with, my girlfriends, and every once in a while I'd be like, oh, okay, who wants me to pull them a card? And, they'd all be like, yes, pull me a card. And every single one of them was like so spot on. We knew what was going on in each other's lives, and we were just getting our minds blown by how just like on point these cards were. And of course, I was asking the cards things for myself as well. And it was always just hitting, but there was one topic that I could just never get a straight answer out of. It was like I know these cards are almost geared to make sense for any question you ask, right? Like it kind of seems that way. But I kept asking this one question over and over again, and I wasn't getting a clear answer. And it was driving me nuts. Like every once in a while, I would just almost like hate pull a card and be like, okay, I'm going to get the answer now. And nope, it never made any sense. It was totally unclear. So I tried it for the new deck, right? 3 cards went flying out after I asked this question that I've never been able to get an answer to. 3 cards go flying out. I read them all 3. It was like bunk, bunk, and bunk. It didn't make any sense. I'm like, nope, this is like, how is this happening? It's just so not clear. And I was upset about it. So I hate shuffled my cards and I did it again. And then this time 2 cards went flying out, and I put the deck down. And as I put the deck down, my dog, who was on the bed, comes over and pulls a card. It wasn't even the top card. It was like the cards were kind of like this, and he pulls a card out of the deck. And so I took it from him. I'm like, okay, I'll take 3 cards. It was the same 3 cards. This is a deck of 53 cards. Do I have any mathematicians in here? I would really like to know what the odds are. Yeah, that's crazy. So I asked Christina, because Christina knows all of it. Christina is awesome with this stuff. And I've had my mind blown by her plenty. And she was like, yeah, it's like, they don't want you to know. Like, you're not allowed to know that answer yet. And I guess sometimes that's just it. Like, aren't we here not to know? If the point was to know, we would come here knowing. 1 in 53. Well, that would make sense, wouldn't it? Is that really it? I don't think that's it. I don't really think that is it. Ben, do you want me to reread the Star Family one, or were you paying attention when I read it for Alien? We'll start with the other one. Here is your other card. Oh, these kind of really go together. You are not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. I'll start with this one. Universe is not taking my nonsense, Tessa. That is faux show. The odds would be very high. How would that be? Out of 53 cards, you get 3 cards. You shuffle, 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 pull 3 cards, and get the same exact 3 cards. Odds of getting the same 3 cards are way higher than that, guys. Really? Well, maybe the universe doesn't hate me as much as I thought. You are not alone. ¿Dónde estás? You are not alone. The older the soul, the deeper the cave. Many star seeds and old souls enjoy their own company. Spending time alone can be comforting and necessary for their vitality, as it allows them to commune with their soul and fill up their energetic resources, especially if they have an underactive or open root chakra, or find it hard being human. Many starseeds find it more nourishing to retreat than to spend their time in meaningless conversations and relationships. However, we must remember that we're not here to go about this life alone. Humans are pack animals, and we all need the love, company, and support of others, both emotionally and physically. In our increasingly online world, we can be connected to more people and yet feel more alone and isolated than ever. There's still so much we don't know about the energetic side effects and things like social media. With so many people knowing our news, what is it doing to our auric field? Commonly, we find ourselves in constant conversation, yet lacking the genuine connection of physical community and touch. Man, this card is like so. The main message of this card is to step out of your cave and physically reach out to those in your life, to replenish when you need to, but not to isolate yourself. This could be seeing friends and family who live nearby, or having a regular catch-up walk with someone. In what ways can you open yourself up to the people who are physically in your life, those you truly know? Eric Wright, 1 in 148.877. I'm going to go with that. That sounds right. You're not alone. So I missed your answer about whether or not you were paying attention to the other one. I can send it to you. I don't think I should read it all again, but basically that was what was saying that you're a part of, many souls that come here all together to kind of work together, and you will clash with some of them, and others will help you, others you will help. And so this message really seems like it's important for you to be connecting with people and, finding your tribe and re-examining all of the relationships in your life, I guess. But we're all kind of going through this isolation. I mean, this is like isolation within isolation, right? The Great Awakening, you're feeling isolated. And then on top of it, we're locked in our houses. And what was it that they said in the book, the quote that I read? It's like, there is no end to the withinness. Like everything has a within. Everything is, has something contained within it. Yep, I've been alone 15 years, can't stand the sleepers and nasty behavior. If I had just one like-minded person in my life, it wouldn't bother me so much. That's so hard. It really is. But remember that some of those sleepers and those with nasty behavior will sometimes come around, and sometimes, maybe it will be you that will help them, and then you could grow your own friend. It's like sea monkeys. They might not already be out there ready to go. They might need some work. You might need a fixer-upper friend. You might find a fixer-upper friend and help them. The fractal outward never ends, inward never ends. Exactly. I want to meet everyone inhuman, as my daughter says. That's cute. Oh man, sea monkeys. What the heck were those things? All right, guys. Well, that was so much fun. And we didn't get into anything else, but that's cool. I shall be back and next Tuesday with the same shenanigans. Tomorrow, join me in my book club. You can literally just sit there and mute yourself and listen. You don't have to participate. I'm not going to put you on the spot and make you say something clever. You can just listen and it might just be me talking, but I hope it's not. The whole point is that I want to actually not like, this is great because I can read your comments and stuff like that, but how much cooler to be if like you guys could actually talk too. But I'm not doing call-ins because it's a disaster. I'm so scared. Everyone's like, you should have people call into your show. I am really scared to do that. I am not as brave as some of the people that do that. Anyway, it'll be really cool to actually like hear your voices and get your input and not have to be the one doing all of the talking. Books suck. Well put, Mario. Let's cancel. Let's just cancel tomorrow. Mario's got a point. Books suck. Thanks, Tessa. What time is the show? That would be useful information. I believe I said 11 Pacific, or no, I said 10 Pacific. Hold on, I have to go look at my own crud. 10 a.m. Pacific. So yeah, 10 a.m. Pacific in my Telegram channel. All you do is you go to the chat. You shall see, let's see, how do I do this? So I'm just going to start a voice chat just to show you. At the top of your whatever, you'll see like a blue thing. You can click on that and it will take you in there. You will be automatically muted when you go in. So in order to talk, you'll have to press that and then bloop, bloop, bloop. Then you can see if you are not talking, do me a favor and mute yourself because otherwise that can be a disaster. I hope I close that out weird. I mean, right. I was reading Elise saying weird. I hope I did not close it weird. Google didn't like, you said Rickroll and it deleted it? And Google is on a rampage for all the fun. No fun, guys. Okay, well, I'll see you tomorrow in book club if you guys are going to be there. If not, I will see you next week. And thank you guys. Thank you to my moderators. Tessa, you kick ass always, all of you guys, Christina, every single one of you. Thank you for all your help. And you guys are a big part of this community. So I will see you guys around.